As the sun began to cast its golden rays over the city of Winitha, our heroes, Fainlun, Dermun, Aurora, Stray Dog, and Sasha, slowly recovered from their intense battle with the devils the previous night. In the light of the new day, Fainlun, ever the fearless leader, decided to invest 500 gold pieces in healing potions. But Aurora, the wise cleric of Foltus, reminded him of her divine cup of Saint Nicodemus, a vessel capable of transforming water into potent curative elixirs. As nightfall draped its shroud over the city, the heroes found themselves at the grand entrance of Lashana's awe-inspiring estate. Fainlun, with his unshakable confidence, declared himself once more as the king of all dwarves. Despite the grumbling protests of the guards, they allowed him passage. Led by a servant, the heroes meandered through the sprawling gardens, opulent hallways, and exquisite marble staircases of Lashana's mansion. Finally, they arrived at her sumptuous study, where the elf herself awaited. Lashana, draped in a gold-trimmed gown that accentuated her near-perfect figure, dismissed her servant and welcomed the heroes to sit in a semicircle of high-backed chairs. The heroes wasted no time and got straight to the point, announcing their mission to destroy the dreaded Dragotha. Lashana, ever the font of knowledge, confirmed what they already knew. To defeat the fearsome Dracolich, they must first locate and obliterate his phylactery, the source of his immortality. Lashana then divulged a piece of crucial information. Balicard, a visitor who had sought her counsel several days ago, had embarked on an urgent quest. He had heard whispers of Dragotha's return and was consumed by the dread of Caius, a once ascendant figure who had attempted godhood and was thwarted many centuries past. Against Lashana's counsel, Balicard ventured to Wormcrawl Fissure, the former base of Caius, nestled deep beneath the Great Rift. However, he left behind a trove of research notes, which Lashana now presented to our heroes. These notes contained vital passages, ones that promised insight into the impending threat.
It is as I suspected. The ancient undead dragon Dragotha is the herald of Caius. He was granted his unlife by the worm god many centuries ago after he found the monolith in Kuluth Mar and brought it to his lair in the Great Rift. When Dragotha was slain by Tiamat, Caius repaid him with the gift of undeath and so eternally bound him to his will. The rite they performed obscured Dragotha's phylactery from thought, history, and sight, as if it never has existed at all. But the Order of the Storm were no fools. They suspected that Caius would rise again, that his worms would learn to walk once more. Dragotha's presence in the world has been quiet for the last centuries. The loss of his phylactery to the Order of the Storm left him a coward, yet my research proves that he stirs in his long sleep, that he now intends to awaken Caius after all this time. Why now? What has changed? I fear that a journey to the Wormcrawl Fissure to confront the Dracolich is my only option.
Lashana suspects that the Order of the Storm, an ancient Flandruidic order, has hidden the phylactery. The order was once centered in the southeast, specifically around Old Alyssa. One of their former strongholds is the still existing city of Hexpools. The prevailing belief among historians was that the Druidic order had died out, but Balicard notes indicate they had retreated to a remote isle in the Solnor Ocean known as Tilagos Isle to protect their ancient secrets. This island was infamous for being perpetually surrounded by treacherous storms that had wrecked countless vessels. Fainlun, now with a clear target, boldly proclaimed that he and his companions would journey to Tilagos Isle and confront this problem head-on. He couldn't help but try to impress Lashana with his courage and virility, and the elven lady seemed intrigued by the hero's potential to solve this problem. Lashana revealed that she had a spy within the Ebon Triad, the cult that had infiltrated Winitha. This spy had helped her purge the cult members from the city. She offered them a scroll with a scrying spell and a ring that once belonged to Heskin, her spy. Until now, she hadn't contacted him for fear of blowing his cover, but with Balicard missing and the heroes present, this was the opportune moment to take the risk. However, some of the heroes couldn't help but wonder if Lashana was withholding something important. Sasha, the astute diviner, cast a careful spell from her medallion, allowing her to delve into Lashana's thoughts. Two thoughts emerged: Lashana's slight disgust at Fonlone's advances, and her genuine hope that the heroes could help her defeat Dragotha. With a telepathic signal, Sasha relayed the all clear to her companions and accepted the scroll and the ring from Lashana. Sasha began to cast the scrying spell, and the room was enveloped in a tumultuous scene. An image formed before them, accompanied by the howling sound of an oceanic tempest. It revealed a deathly pale man, Heskin, bound to a ship's mast amidst a raging storm. The ship was battered by waves and rain, and gruff sailors shouted commands and curses in Orc. Two cloaked figures with devilish horns, as well as a blazing red-skinned humanoid with an immense bulging frame, the rain sizzling into steam as it strikes his burning skin. A horned devil. A few moments later, another figure steps into view, a towering man clothed in flowing blue robes trimmed with eye designs.
Only a few hours more, Heskin, and we shall see if you live or die.
Suddenly, the blue-robed man's head whips around to look directly into the scrying sensor. His face is pale but commanding.
It seems we have guests, my friends. Perhaps allies of this cur.
He turns back to the bound man, and as he does, he pulls back his left sleeve, revealing a rotten black-nailed appendage that seems to writhe and twitch with its own life.
We can't have your friends watching us, so it seems your journey comes to an early end, Heskin.
The putrid hand unfurls and reaches out to caress Heskin's brow. Heskin shrieks in mortal pain as the fingertip freezes the skin it touches into an angry black scar. The blue-robed man then makes a fist and utters a single, unintelligible word. As he utters the word, Heskin's eyes bulge. The cords in his neck throb, and he slumps against his bonds, dead. The scrying link is broken, and the image fades from view. With their resolve strengthened, the heroes decided to embark on the perilous quest to Tilagos Isle. But before they leave, Fainlin approaches Lashana with a request. He asks for her perfumed handkerchief as a token of luck. Lashana obliges, handing him the cloth and wishing the heroes a safe and successful journey. With the taste of adventure fresh in their hearts, the heroes make their way to the bustling harbor. The moon casts a silvery glow over the ships, but at this late hour, most vessels were at rest. Determined to find passage to Tilagos Isle, they seek out the dwarven captain of the Dragon's Tooth, a sturdy ship with a name that sounded promising. After sharing tankards of ale and some well-placed coins, the captain agrees to ferry them across the treacherous waters to their destination. The journey was swift, and during the second day, the heroes spotted the massive storm that encircled Tilagos Isle. With resolve, they command the captain to steer his ship straight into the heart of the tempest. They bind themselves to the ship's deck or remain in the hold, preparing for the tumultuous ride ahead. Fainlun, in a mighty transformation, becomes a giant and clings to the mast, lending his formidable strength to the vessel's passage. As they enter the maelstrom, ropes snap, sails tear free, and wood splinters under the relentless assault of wind and waves. Yet the heroes persevere, driving the ship forward until they catch sight of their destination, a remote island with tall stone cliffs leading to a steep mountain. Stray Dog, the agile rogue, spies a single suitable spot to make landfall, and they direct the captain toward it. The ship suffers further damage, and as they approach the beach, they notice a nearby shipwreck. Diarmun and Fainlun, under the protection of Sasha's water-breathing spell, dive into the water to investigate. Meanwhile, Aurora casts a water walk spell on the remaining party members, allowing them to walk on the surface of the ocean. As they near the beach, the storm subsides, leaving only rain and gusts of wind. The shipwreck seemed recent, and as they make their way ashore, they are ambushed by hidden orc pirates who concealed themselves among the rocks. Sasha unleashes a powerful fireball, and Aurora casts Sleep, quickly dispatching most of the orcs. The heroes finish off the remaining attackers with a combination of axe strikes, dagger thrusts, and eldritch blasts. 2 of the sleeping orcs are spared and questioned. Through a mix of Sasha's suggestions and persuasive words from the party, the orcs reveal that they are part of Dragotha's group, a high priest of Vecna. They had been ordered to guard the beach against intruders, while the rest of their party ventured deeper into the island in search of the druids' hidden sanctuary. While exploring the island, the heroes encounter ancient druidic runes at various locations. With Sasha's magical aid, they decipher the runes, which speak of a harmony of 4 elements and a set of musical notes representing each element. The heroes attempt to reproduce the music by singing, but it became evident that forming a band was not in their future career plans. Strangely, Fainloon manages to produce a fairly accurate interpretation of the air song, which the captured orcs, busy digging graves for their fallen comrades, pick up and start humming. Finding no further clues and failing to create a perfect ensemble song, the heroes decide to ascend the steep peak, shrouded in cloud cover. Their exceptional climbing skills allowed them to break through the clouds and discover a colossal stone organ etched into the mountainside. It becomes apparent that this is the instrument they need to practice their music skills on. However, part of the organ has sustained recent damage, presumably inflicted by Dragotha to block their path. Fainloon performs hasty repairs, and after a few attempts, they manage to produce a harmonious rendition of the elemental song. As the final notes resonate through the air, a portal opens at the organ's base, beckoning them forward into the unknown depths of Tilagos Isle. The heroes step through the portal and find themselves in a dramatically different landscape. It is as if they have entered another world entirely. The shift in environment is initially overwhelming, with the tempest's roar replaced by the gentle rustling of wind, the chirping of birds, and the hum of insects. The sky above, though overcast, showed no signs of an imminent storm. Before them, a sprawling black forest looms, dense and foreboding, while twisting rivers snake their way through the landscape. Beyond the rivers, tall, fierce mountains rise from the grassy hills. The contrast to the tempestuous island they left is stark. Not long after their arrival, 4 figures emerge from the forest, seeming to meld with the very trees. They are carrying elemental staves and are adorned with strange barkskin armor, leaving no doubt in the heroes' minds that these were the Order of the Storm Druids they had come to seek. One of them steps forward and speaks.
I am Krathanos, guardian of this realm. We are the last resort, as surely as the trees and stones and sea and air around you. We protect the secrets of this island from all trespassers. You have mastered the portal of storms, and therefore must be brave. But it remains to be seen if you belong here at all. Why have you come to the last resort?
In response, the heroes explain that they seek a devil that had fled to this island, referring to the fiery figure they had seen in the scrying spell earlier. Krathanos responds quickly.
That devil, he is seeking the Fountain of Dreams, as do you, although you do not yet realize it. The fountain is linked to all things in last resort. The earth, the dark trees of the Doomshroud forest, the clouds above, my life, and that of my brothers. It also keeps many secrets from your world and beyond. You say you are heroes? This remains to be seen. Accomplish 4 tasks and prove yourselves to be the heroes of old. The fountain shall not be despoiled lightly.
Krathanos gestures to his 3 brethren.
The Fountain of Dreams shall know those destined for its gifts in but one way. It will know them by the trials of Tilagos. Survive these trials, and you may slake your thirst on what you seek. Fail, and last resort shall be your grave. I am Krathanos, and the first trial is the claiming of Krathanos' golden belt.
A second figure speaks next.
I am Beskawan, and the second trial is the silence of the Doomshroud's mournful song.
The third follows.
I am Thadamar, and the third trial is the death of the Thornvale Nightmare.
Lastly, the fourth creature concludes.
I am Serene, and the final trial is the harvest of the living feather of the Rock King.
The heroes feel somewhat insulted that the druids would not aid them directly, nor oppose the evil Darl Krathanos. But Aurora reminds them that the druidic orders tended to follow the principles of neutrality. The heroes had been given their quest, a series of trials that would test their mettle and determine whether they were truly the heroes destined to find the Fountain of Dreams and uncover the location of Dragotha's phylactery. Their path was set, and their journey on Tilagos Isle had only just begun.